भांडा धोए बैस धूप देवो, तां दूध को जावो, दूध करम फुन सुरत समायन, होए निराश जमावो। हुक्मनामा श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब, पेज 728, अंग 728। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख, निरभउ निर्वैर अकाल मूरत, अजूनी सैभंग गुर प्रसाद। राग सूही महला पहला, चौप दे कर पहला। भांडा धोए बैस धूप देवो, तो दूध को जावो, दूध करम फुन सुरत समायन, होए निराश जमावो। राग सूही महला फर्स्ट, चौप दे खर फर्स्ट। Throughout Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the one point that is being stressed again and again is the importance of meditating on God's name. But the question arises, how really to do that? What preparations we need to make before starting on this task? What precautions we should observe so that our effort is fruitful and we experience God in our heart? In this Shabad, Guruji uses two examples to answer the above question. First, he takes a very common example from the life in villages in those days when they used to churn curdled milk or yogurt to obtain butter. In these days, when there was no machinery of any kind, the method to prepare butter was that you take a vat or clay pot, wash it thoroughly, and then dry it either in the sun or put some burning charcoal to dry and disinfect it. Then you slowly pour lukewarm milk in it and mix some fermentation material, usually some yogurt from the previous day, and leave it undisturbed overnight. Next morning, when the milk has become yogurt, you slowly churn it with a madhani or spindle till butter starts floating on the surface. Madhani is a specially crafted wooden round stick on which is tied a small rope in the form of a coil, whose both hands are tied to eaties or small wooden pieces which one holds in one's hands to slowly churn the spindle in the yogurt. So first, using the above metaphor of making butter, Guruji describes the way to meditate on God's name and to obtain the nectar of God. He says, "O my friends, just as to obtain butter, you first sit and wash your pot, dry and disinfect it in sun, then you go to obtain milk, and then you curdle and make yogurt by applying the ferment. Similarly, if you want to obtain the nectar of name, you need to first clean your inner mind of the impurities of evil thoughts, and then you should go to obtain milk of good deeds and apply to it the ferment of concentration on God's feet or meditation on His name. Thus, rising above worldly hopes and desires, curdle the milk, in other words, becoming detached from worldly allurements, live in a state of peace and poise." जपो ताए को नामा, अवर निराफल कामा रहाओ. Once again, cautioning us against being sidetracked by worldly affairs or some other useless rituals such as going to pilgrimages or observing fasts for obtaining God, Guruji says, "O my friends, meditate only on God's name. All other deeds, rituals or austerities are useless efforts." One dash pause. "एमन ईटी हाथ करो, फुर नेत्रों नींद न आवे, रसना नाम जपो तब मथिए, इन बिद अमृत पावो." Resuming the above example, Guruji says, "O my friends, like holding the eaties, the wooden pieces, control your mind and don't let it fall into the slumber of worldly allurements." Again, let this be the cord to churn the spindle. This is how, by uttering God's name, with our tongue you obtain the nectar of God's name. Para 2. मन संपट जित सत सरन आवन, पावन पाती तृप्त करे, पूजा प्राण सेवक जे सेवे, इन विद साहिब रवत रहे. Next, Guruji uses another metaphor of the practice of some Hindus to worship a small idol called Thakur, which is kept in a small box. Whenever they want to do any worship, they take out this idol, wash it in some pool of water, place it on a pedestal, offer some flowers or leaves to it as their offering, and then start their prayers before it. Using this metaphor, Guruji says, "Oh my friends, like a Hindu worshipper, one should make his mind the box for God, wash it in the pool of saintly congregation, and make leaf offerings of devotion to please God. In this way, the servant who serves God with his life breath keeps enjoying the company of the Master." Para 3. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਹਿ 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 ਜਾਵੇਂ, ਤੁਮ ਸਰ ਅਵਰ ਨ ਕੋਈ, ਭਗਤਹੀਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਜਨ ਜੰਪੈ, ਹਾਂਸਾ ਲਾਈ ਸੱਚਾ ਸੋਈ. In closing, Guruji makes a humble prayer and addressing God, he says, "O God, so many people say so many things about many lesser gods and goddesses, and after saying all these things, they depart from here. But I know that there is no one equal to you. The devotionless servant Nanak also worships, but I only praise that eternal God." Para 4-1. The message of this Shabad is that in case we want to obtain the nectar of God's name and invite God into our heart, then we have to first purify our mind with enlightenment from the Guru. Then while doing good deeds, we have to keep uttering God's name with our tongue. Secondly, we have to keep our mind pure and free of evil thoughts, like a beautiful clean box for our Thakur, the eternal God, which we daily bathe in the pool of saintly congregation and please him with the leaf offerings of songs in his praise. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. SGGS, page 728. Thank you.